I am Drawza. Now today we are doing footy jumpers, favorite jumper from each team. So yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, we're going to start off with Adelaide, the gather round jumper from this season, and the outline of this nostalgic crow logo. It's not overdone. It is executed perfectly. So I think this is definitely my favorite Adelaide jumper design. And I'm not a big Adelaide fan, so that's saying something. But I do like the crow logo on the jumper. And this one has been executed perfectly. This is my favorite Brisbane Lions jumper. I love the nod to the Brisbane Bears original jumper design. Even though I'm more of a the V fan, I do like this one. And I do like how they've incorporated both clubs in this. So this is getting my nod of approval for being my favorite Brisbane Lions design. Okay, so next up is Carlton and the blue out jumper, perfectly executed. The Carlton jumper is a hard one to actually look at because you can't change too much because it is this iconic logo, the monogram on the front of the jumper. You don't want to touch that. So I love how they've been able to actually execute this jumper. My favorite Collingwood design is the swooping magpie. What can you say about it? It was their away jumper for a few years. Is a nostalgic pick for me. Growing up in high school, I can remember a few Collingwood supporters would have this on a Monday after their win. As much as you hate the club, it was a good jumper design. Okay, Essendon, I really love the Anzac Day jumpers that Essendon produced because of the poppy sash incorporating the red. This one is from 2018, I think it was, and really well done. I think they were onto a winner when they've done the poppy sash. They've done it ever since they started it. So yeah, this one is my design that I'm going with for Essendon. So for Fremantle, I know I said I'm not really going home jumpers. It was a rule I made for myself. So when I was looking at the jumpers of each club, I can't just pick the home jumper as my favorite design. I have to actually pick a different one. As this is no longer their home jumper, it qualifies. I really do wish Fremantle return this jumper. The detail anchor rather than the one that they used a couple of years ago in their 25th anniversary game. Moving on to Geelong. Now, this one was their away jumper for a couple of years in the early mid-2000s, but it was really the pre-premiership dynasty era of Geelong. This jumper was a great jumper back in the day, the simplified logo. I just remember seeing players like Gary Ablett Jr. in this jumper. So the Gold Coast jumper I chose was the one that they wore in their very first win against Port Adelaide at Amy Stadium. The wave design, I never knew why they got rid of it. Let's make the wave come back. This jumper was a great design. I liked it at least. The GWS Giants Never Surrender jumper. Simple, effective, and honestly, if this was their home jumper, it would be amazing. Even though they are known as the orange team, it is simple, yet it does its job. So it's a big tick, and it's my favorite Giants jumper. Okay, so my favorite Hawthorn jumper is this one, the hawk head on the camouflage. Yeah, I don't know how much more I can actually say about this. I really like that hawk head. Hawthorn were the first club to do it. West Coast followed suit, and so did Adelaide. And so I don't know what it is about this jumper, but I just really like it. So it has to make the list for me. Okay, Melbourne's Anzac Day Eve one. I really love the concept of the gradient and it feeling like it is dawn. You're about to see the sunrise. You've got the silhouettes on the front and the back, and it's a simple design, yet effective design. Okay, my favorite North Melbourne design is this one. It's the bouncing or bounding roo. The bouncing roo. The late 90s, early 2000s jumper design from North Melbourne. They did this one in orange as well. I remember that one. But no, I like it how there were variations of this jumper, but I do like the back as well. And it really does remind you of like a Wayne Carey or a... Yeah, I'll have to go with the Wayne Carey because he's the one I like. Whenever I see this jumper, I think of Wayne Carey. Okay, so with Port Adelaide now, 2004, they won the premiership that year. It is no longer the home jumper, so it qualifies under my rules. And so, yeah, I mean, when you think Port Adelaide, for me, I still think of this jumper design. Richmond, now this is a strange choice. You're probably going, why do you do this one? But I like this one. It was a pre-season jumper design, and once again, nostalgia choice, I will say. I would have been 8 years old when they wore this. Okay, so for St Kilda, I chose this one. Being my own club, I had a tough time choosing which design to go with, but I went the Crusader Cross, the hot cross bun design. I've got these nostalgia links with most of the jumpers now, so I had to try and pick which one was the most nostalgic for me, and this is the one I chose. I was really rapt when they announced that they were going back to a similar design for this year. Okay, so for Sydney, I've chosen the away jumper, the current away jumper. It does count because it's not their home one. It's not the one that they wear the majority of the time. And it nods to South Melbourne. The nostalgia isn't so much there for me because I didn't get to see South Melbourne play. But I like this jumper and it's simple and effective. Here we have West Coast, the gradient jumper. How can you not love it? Look at it. Look at it. How can you not love this jumper? It has a special place in any Guernsey lover's heart, so you can't go past it. So that's why this is my favorite West Coast design. Western Bulldogs, this is the jumper I chose. Once again, nostalgia. Nostalgia plays a big part in all my favorite jumpers from other clubs, and this is no different. Like, look at it. It's Robo-Dog, if you understand that reference. It is. I won't lie, I was sad when they changed it from this. I would have loved to have seen Western Bulldogs win a premiership in this jumper, but it wasn't to be. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.